on your solar. Girl, your sexiness a multiply as you get older. Underneath the comfy, underneath you nah no hold a face. Ooh, Canada, Bandia, California, you're not shit. Like Arizona, more like Coca-Cola. Hold you back the firm, you feel good, you wanna hold her. Taxi man, I'm gonna pick you up in a Corolla. When you see a good you're so you want to back to them, my soda. Wanna give you chatting on a slave and on a water.
You should have seen me violent out on some water, okay? Yes, please. Right. Drink, please. Just turn on the music. And I'm good to go. Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of PUM PUM 101 with yours truly, Caleen Dierdrick, and Miss Ramona Riley. Today we are continuing our conversation on open relationships, and Miss Ramona is going to take us down memory lane with some of the things that we spoke about.
Yeah, last week, there was the first week that we really even brought this topic up, even though we've spoken about it in many little, snaps here and there. Last week, it was really about allowing people to understand that at the end of the day, it is very important for us to communicate. Mm-hmm. And in communicating, it then allows us to be able to do, at least be open or understanding or could be receptive or anything like that. So last week, when it came to open relationships, it was really about, what should I say? Like, it was because you spoke about your personal situation in terms of that, and I did as well. Mm-hmm. And we went into just, when you brought it up first with your ex-husband, mm-hmm. and how that was, mm-hmm. And how he responded. And even with me, and I spoke about the fact that, with my husband, he was the one that brought that up in the early parts of our relationship, where mm-hmm. to me, I was kind of like, I'm not ever going to do that. Mm-hmm. And then, as I grew and as I developed and the more we spoke about it, because of communication, mm-hmm. later on, I could feel and I could allow myself to be able to do that. Mm. There were some certain little things in terms of when we spoke about open relationships, it wasn't just necessarily threesomes itself, mm-hmm. but also in terms of swinging, because mm-hmm. that was something that we didn't necessarily tap into, mm-hmm. that I feel like we need to, because that is a completely different aspect. Mm-hmm. Because to bring in one person versus bringing in two people, and not just two random people, but two people that have their own connection, mm-hmm. And you and your significant have your own connection. So to see the dynamics of that, mm-hmm. And to be open to that can also be pretty beautiful or pretty interesting. So what is your opinion on swinging itself?
Okay, so for me, swinging is pretty much where both partners get to balance out the equation. Oftentimes, when we hear about open relationships or when we talk about threesomes, there is a tendency for us to almost as though we're bringing in this person to pleasure our partners. You get me? Mm-hmm. So the women are bringing in another woman to pleasure our men, kind of a deal. But the idea of a woman getting the same kind of pleasure and it's happening simultaneously is almost like sacrilegious. We're not trying to hear that none at all. The man them not dep on that. Well, a lot of men. Not the idea of sharing his woman with another man in hard. The same space is driving
watching
it, hearing her under the pressure and support. Some man will lose his stroke pattern as much as him have an ex-woman where my salt out.
Yeah,
lose his stroke pattern. Exactly. Listening to what's happening to his woman over on the other side. So where I'm concerned, I think swinging is balancing the scale. Right? If it is that, I believe that we should have balanced it across the border. So the man get one, the woman get one. If we're going to open up the relationship, open it up across the mm-hmm. Just across the line. I am, again, it is not for everyone. True. Some people are mentally prepared, psych themselves up to be able to watch their partner just pleasure somebody else. We can stomach one smut in this space, right? But the idea of having two persons is a tad bit much. I know everybody can manage that one day. But as I said, for me, I think it's a good way of balancing it.
I think it's beautiful balance. I think it's great balance to be able to. It depends on how open you are, but when you can see your partner respond to someone else, and especially if it is that you are the one that is usually doing that,
right?
You know what I mean? So
right,
now
right.
your role is switched as the man, and you are observing while it is that you are also doing your thing, and you can see even from back shot how she responds differently to him versus how it is when he's on top of her, and how she's. And then what I would say also is, when you're in that type of situation, don't be afraid to also include your mate. Don't be afraid to be kissing your mate while this is happening.
I just had a visual in my brain.
Or rubbing each other, or even talking to each other while this is happening.
Engaging the other person.
But what I would say also with that is, maybe to start, like let's say you and your partner are talking and this is something that you're open with. I would say a great way to start is to, of course, we always want to talk about boundaries, but maybe just having sex in a space with another couple. Not about touching each other, not about communicating with each other. You and your partner are in your own own world, but there is another couple that is also doing that space. Because it starts to break down and peel away the layers to make other things be a little easier for you. You know what I mean? So I would definitely recommend, even if you don't want to run up in the fact that, hey, we're gonna swing and we're gonna find another couple, maybe how you start it is, hey hon, let's just find a couple and set the ground rules that we're just gonna have sex in the same room. Because guys, when you are having sex and you hear somebody else having sex and you're in the same room, in the same vicinity, the extra oomph that is created during the sex is insane. Because I'm telling you, I love that shit.
As in having sex with somebody else?
Like, no, not just having sex with somebody else.
With somebody else in the same
like
space.
like if it was another couple in the room.
All right.
Or I guess that's why I like Hedo.
No, okay. So for me, as I said, every time that I go to HIDA, I am working. So it's on my bucket list. Definitely some sex need for going to my HIDA. Like, one time. You understand me? Like, this is ridiculous. Every time I go to no serious, no joke, and everybody kill everybody dead. We down there, I lay down the end farthest
and a while out.
Girl, tan, me in the sun, me in the sea. That is a must.
And working.
And working. That's it. Period. Full stop.
But it can happen anywhere.
It can. The thing is, I'm thinking if I've ever had sex with other people having sex at the same time. No. All the time that people are having sex around me, I'm instructing, I am adjusting, lifting leg, twisting this one. You understand what I mean? But never ever have I ever actually done it with somebody in the space. But the thing is that for me, it is a shit. Remember, me like to watch. I like to watch. I'm a voyeur, and I'm an exhibitionist. I like being watched. Yeah. So I know that in and of itself would be absolutely sexy. I love the songs. I love when them into it.
Yes.
I can't take it when it
stick.
sanitize and them because something number one buck while just enjoy.
Release.
Yeah, man. Nyam up the smarty when you're there with that kind of a deal. So I'm thinking, looking on it would be very sexy as it pertains now to the swinging aspect of it. Whilst I'm thinking no. Whilst I'm okay with, as I said, watching my partner with somebody else, I think the challenge would be my partner watching me with somebody else.
Ooh,
I think that is I think that's what I did.
That would be nice.
I guess it would get kind of sticky. But the thing about open relationships is that you get the opportunity to discuss these things ahead of time, just to gauge how your partner feel about it or whatever. And if it is that they're open to bringing in one person, then you should be able to have that conversation with your partner to say, all right, look here, so me also want an ex-married. And most of us as women don't necessarily broach that conversation with our men. We allow them for bringing him, say, bring over your friend.
Right.
But you never yet really say, all right, you're a virgin.
Yeah, like him.
Yeah, him still exactly. And you feel as though it's a place that you can't go. So one of the things, as I said, that I like about open relationship is that it facilitates open conversation about these things. Attraction, the fact that you vibe somebody else, and there is hopefully no tension around it. The fact that you're able to allow your partner to give them this is something that you're supposed to be able to to ask for in your relationship.
Yeah. And I
starts to break down. Yeah, go ahead, Sudha.
I think the fact that also in terms of this communication, being able to talk about the fact that really not just I like him or I like her, but also if it is that, because you have some women that are about women and you have some women that really are about men, and the fact that you can verbalize, like for example, if it was me, like I know if I see a woman, I'll be like, yo, babes, that's your type, you know? You like them then, or whatever it may be, you know, and then he say yeah, and then it might be something that also attracts me in some kind of way, and just that bantering and that talking about it is also, I mean, it's sexy. And sometimes all it has to be is the talk, because we spoke about this before when it comes into that whole fantasy aspect. Sometimes it's not necessarily about having to do it, but it is about talking about it with each other, maybe randomly sitting down eating, or if you guys are actually fucking at the moment. And guys, when you guys are talking about that, when you're fucking at the moment, it's actually quite hot. Can I please tell you?
Well, here is. I don't know that we can have this discussion about open relationship and not talk about the boundaries. You know, how it is, the rules of engagement, how it is that you're supposed to approach these things. At the end of the day, everybody safe, right? No. Once we talk about, I remember the first time we mentioned open relationship, people were saying, well, no, that's disgusting, and that is where you're going to disease and stuff. What I have found is this: the people who are in open relationship usually take better care. They're more mindful, exactly. They take more precautions in terms of covering themselves and covering their partners. And the fact that we're not telling no lie, and it can happen in front of you. You understand what I mean? Everybody, we kind of there are more boundaries. People are mindful that, okay, listen, whoever it is that you're introducing, only us, our relationship, we have condomless sex. But whoever else you're introducing into the relationship, them have to be covered. You know what I mean? Just to make sure that we are safe, that we're not. I mean, we just want the sex, we don't want the great name. Absolutely. So that is definitely something that you have to talk about. And usually, I think if people get to the space where they're responsible enough to be able to tell you, they bring that integrity to say that I'm attracted to somebody else, I'd like to be able to act on that. That integrity don't just stop with asking for somebody else. It usually follows through in terms of protecting yourself. You follow what I mean? There's a certain level of maturity that goes with open relationship. So nobody feels that we just talk about open relationship and you just lose and why you fuck that and one day you just a juke she and a juke. No. People take time, people have conversations, because that's another rule of engagement. We talk about, okay, we set the boundaries. So we talk about, okay, who we're going to bring in. I remember having a conversation with a couple who have an open relationship, and one of the stipulations is that the person have to come home and we have a meal together. And we talk. You get what I mean? You meet my partner, this kind of a deal, and we talk about, what's going on. So if she have a man that she's interested in, she bring home the man and see the husband here and she said the first time she did that, the man nearly shit up himself. The man was she carry home. No, for real. And then she said her husband maybe was a little bit uncomfortable because he's accustomed to him getting the women. So now the first time that she bring home a man is almost like, okay, all right, fine. They're having a conversation, and he's, it's not like he can say no. You follow me? But a little uncomfortable until them work it around. But the setting how it is that we're going to engage each other is definitely a part of how it is that you have the smooth transition.
Yeah, I agree, because that's what I was telling you. I don't remember what episode it was, but like for me, I would definitely I want to know the woman. I want to know the woman. You know what I mean? Like I want to know her. I want to spend time with her before. I want to feel the energy and whatever. Like we can't. You could have hot. You could have cute. You could have whatever. But there has to be something. Sex is not just about physically being attractive.
No,
it's so much deeper
for you.
For me
for
personally.
A lot of people now are the girl act. Running. She hot and she live. That's it. Period.
Yeah, and I think that's more for men too. I think men more have that.
No, you have some women who are like that. Women who are into it, and of course, okay. And just say, yo, all right, Jesus, oh my God, look at the ass on that. Look at the face, look at the tip. Right. Oh, come now. come home
Yeah.
with me right
true.
now.
I'll give you
I
that.
don't
You're
need to
right,
talk
you're right.
to you. I just cannot fucking touch you already. You understand
that's
what I
true.
mean? So no. And it's good because at least you feel out the vibe and you determine how it, and that will determine how it is that you guys interact. You know what I mean? Because some people, the vibe is sweet and nice and you just want to jump them, you want pleasure them, you want nice it up. And some people, as man would have said, yo, you just want to cock up them.
Yeah.
Back way. You understand me? I'm out. Period. Full stop. I don't remember your name. And I don't care. So
I don't have a business.
I just one of them things there, right? But again, in terms of the rules of engagement, that's one of the things that you want to ensure. Another thing that I have to point out is the emotional safety. We talked a little bit about it when we were talking about threesomes. Get to the space where you talk to your partner about the fact that I'm actually developing feelings for this person. And the truth is, no matter how we try to make it sound like open relationship, just loosey-goosey and everybody just have fun and thing, the possibility exists for somebody to actually develop real feelings, strong feelings for someone
Sex
else.
is involved.
Exactly. And when body fluids start to swap up, when penis meet wait name there, pum pum, the possibility exists that feelings are developed. Exactly. So it is to carry the integrity just the same, carry it forward just the same, and be able to say to your partner, I am developing feelings for so and so. Right? And for both of you to be mature enough to talk about it and to determine what we're going to do.
Maturity. Say it again, my darling.
Maturity. You cannot do open
You cannot get into
relationships
this
unless
without
you
that.
are mature.
Your head cannot hot.
No, neither
It is
can
not
you be
for you.
jealous.
No.
No.
Jealousy is not. You cannot have that.
Neither this ownership thing. Well,
Am I pussy and am I dick?
No, that is the.
I ain't a
open
born with
relation-
the pussy, I ain't a born with the
No,
dick.
no. The vanilla personalities, no, it is not for you, and it's okay. It's not for everyone. You follow what I mean? So once it is that you watch these engagements, another thing is determining how much time you'll spend with the person. How much time, because some people get caught up in that other individual.
Yes.
Right? And then, all right, hold on, your relationship starts to wane, your relationship starts to suffer because every night you're there over John, every night you're there over Patricia or whatever else. It's determining how much time you guys are going to be spending with each other.
And I don't, and it's not even just that alone, because that is one huge aspect. And then we have this other aspect, Caleen, that is in the actual act, right? Let's say you're bringing in one person. Let's not say it's a couple, right? And you bring in one person. Depending on the chemistry and depending on certain things, one person out of the three can feel left out. Can feel like it's not, like, for example, I remember being in that situation, and I had a threesome with a boyfriend that I was dating, and he never could get over the fact that in that situation I would have 5 orgasms.
Oh, with
and then with not just with the person, but in the environment. It's the environment. It's the fact that she's there, he's there, I am there. It's just niceness. So I am heightened. So I can come 5 times.
Right.
But he
Within
would compare that to when me and he are having sex and I'm only coming twice. And it really affected his ego, and it affected how he thought that he was sexually pleasing me. And he was amazing. The sex was fantastic. It wasn't about that. It was just the fact that it was a little bit more heightened. So what I tried to explain to him is, okay, so this is how it was with 3 people in the room, and I came 5 times. If there is 10 people in the room, I will probably come 8 times. or 15 or 25. And that's just because there's a lot going on and it's stimulating me. I can see, I can look, that look nice, me can shift, me can look, and then I'm also feeling all of this niceness inside of my pussy or whatever the case is. I'm sorry.
Sounds fun.
I am going to orgasm back to back to back. Of course I am. But I'm saying that just to say that don't get in your feelings about that. It is for the moment. This person does not want to know and go share bills with this person and go live with this person and go on dates all day, every day with this person. It is literally just the sex.
In the moment.
In the moment and enjoying the moment, because life is freaking short.
Well, I agree with you where that is concerned, and definitely it is a consideration, a very worthwhile consideration. And the truth is this, right? In open relationships, I remember interviewing a couple, and the lady said her husband always asking for this one girl. And it's like it starts to annoy her now. You understand me? What the fuck is blood clot girl? You understand what I mean? And so she said she started asking, is what about the girl or whatever? And I'm saying I like her energy, I like her vibe. And she says, okay then. But that one of them a heavy rotation. And she you want all the time. And she said it started to become an issue. And he's like, I don't understand. What is the problem? I'm not seeing anybody else. Right? So she says, that's the point. You're not seeing anybody else every time as she you want. Then she says she go ask him, man, if her pussy tight up. Me say, me freeze. Come and say, what the fuck you just do? Hello. Because you not ask them the question, man. And she said, her man look in her face and tell her, yes.
Oh,
hey, girl, pum tighter.
Oh, no,
I nearly dropped off from a fucking chair. Because I was like, Jesus Christ. The man said, why would you ask? Because she asked. She asked.
That was it.
You see what? And that's the man. Listen to me. I have them. This is when I was on radio. And the two of them, the man I talk. I'm gonna get the both of them to come back and talk at some point. But the man say, I tell her point blank, say, yo, you ask me the question. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Yes, the girl pum pum title. I enjoy fucking her. There are things that she's bringing to the table that you don't, and nothing don't fucking wrong with that. Me freeze. Then me body tight so. Me back it tight, understand me? Because Jesus, no God,
that's
oh
God.
No, me tell you because Jesus Christ, and I asked her, how you take that goodie? She said, listen to me, it was like a freight fucking train. Jesus, no, so that's what I'm saying. Oh, hear this now, people. Let me explain something to you. Father God, hear me now. When you open up your relationship, the possibility exists that if, listen, the woman pum pum might have tighter, she have one with weird things on the man with all kind of something. And the reverse, the converse is the same. That, the woman is experiencing amazing sex with this guy. I mean, he's having her discover her sexuality.
In ways she didn't know existed.
In ways, exactly. It is extremely possible. The thing is, be very careful how you go, digging for this kind of information. You understand what I mean? And it is very, very necessary for you to be tactful. Like, be careful how you deliver. Well. Yes, in your honesty, it is very, very important for you to be tactful. That annihilate your partner. That her pussy wetter than your own.
Wow.
How the fuck you talking about?
Every time we fuck, all I'm gonna think
about
is like, what's enough?
Like, oh God, is he okay?
Contact cosmic woman.
No. See,
that is like
wet pussy life over in cosmic woman here for the dry pum pum cat. Done. You don't have to suffer with the dry pum pum on here. But the thing is, be very careful. Understand that you want the relationship afterwards, right? I remember there's this movie I had seen where their relationship was open, but the one thing that the guy treasured is he was the only one who made her come. Until she booked a man who made her come. And the thing is, they were very, very honest. So when she went and she had sex, the one thing he used to ask her, you okay? You had a good time? And she says, yep, it was good, whatever. You staying the weekend next weekend? What you guys doing? And then he says, did you come? And she always says, no, she never come. And then he asked her when she had sex with this guy, did you come? And she looked down and then said, Jesus Christ. You come? And she says, yes. And it's like it mashed him up. It mashed him up because this was the one thing that he had with her. So again, I
thought, okay, in an open relationship, I thought that the man make her come. Isn't the man's job now to say, okay, how it make you come, or what him do for make you come?
Well, first of all, immediately you're not going to go there. Some men immediately are not going to go there. They're not going to go in at themselves and feel away. But at some point they should. They need to communicate.
Because that is the maturity. And the thing is, a huge part of the maturity is emotional intelligence. Being able to say to your partner, yo, Jono, you said that something like while my heart sink. But most of us get angry on our partners. You get what I mean? Instead of saying, we get spiteful, we withdraw, we start to cuss over, instead of just saying, Jono, start, you said that little while my belly bottom drop a ground. For real, yo?
How
him
but
do
don't
it?
ask
How him do it?
that,
No, you can't say don't ask
ask.
because if you
You
open
have
it
to
up, you
know.
have to.
No, okay, when I say don't ask, I mean don't ask if you are not
With the
prepared
intention.
for
To tell it.
whatever the answer is.
Yes.
That is what I mean.
Well, at that couple that they teach me because when we said the man said, and when the man said, and he never hitch, him say him tell her yes, and him a look in her face when him tell her, so me can imagine. Me never did tell you, I feel the force, I feel the force of the man. The yes, you understand what I mean? That would have looked like a sledgehammer. But the thing is, thank you. But my thing is to say, if you understand that somebody else can no matter how it is that you're pleasuring your partner, somebody else can bring them to places that you ain't never ever taken them, and it's on the basis of the connection that them share, it's on the basis of the technique that the smart of them have,
and the shape of them penis and the way for your vagina set and all of those things.
all of them something there. So the deal is to take into consideration that is a part of the parcel, and don't get fucking hung up on that shit. If it is that you're going to do the opening thing, all of these are dynamics, portions, different layers of the interaction that you have to take into, that you have to think about. And not make a big deal of it. So if that's gonna be a big deal for you, stay with the little one man. He might give you bun, you are give him bun, and everybody just
right.
yeah man. We're not really talk all the things. We just come home to one another, we're march or whatever. But if you decide that this is where you're gonna go, understand that it does require a lot of evolution. It gives you an opportunity to question how it is that you view relationships. You get what I mean? As I said, for me, when I opened my relationship, I wasn't the ownership thing didn't matter, because I realized that it took more than sex for a woman to take a woman can't take my man.
Right.
She can't
Not with sex.
No. It might continue to see her for a period of time because he liked the interaction, but she cannot take him. What he and I have, the emotional connection, is what makes him come home. You follow what I mean?
That's what you have to focus
exactly.
on.
And how
pour
do you build
into
that? I go there. Pour into that. Pour it. Talk to them, Ramona.
No, but you really have to pour into that. You can't sit down and think about all of these other things when it comes from just a sexual alone standpoint. Because let me tell you this. You see, if a woman's uterus is tilted, a man that have a banana penis or a curved penis is going to make her come easier than a man that penis is straight. That's just how it goes. So the thing set up.
What she saw?
What she? I want to her.
No, the hardiness of the
Right? So for example, so I mean, you can't be surprised, gentlemen, if that is the situation, right? And then you have some other women that listen, because of how fat she is and because of how full she is, she prefers it's a longer penis works better for her. Right? And this is just off the bat. This is not when you are now working your muscles and doing all kind of things and whatever. We're just talking about basic. Me not really do Kegel, me not do nothing, me just deb out. My pum pum just deb out. Right?
pum just dead.
It just dead it. That is really the, so it, gentlemen, don't get caught up. She make a little bit more nice. She bend over a little bit more. She come. She this. Don't get stressed. And women also don't get stressed about the man. Don't do it. The whole reason why you guys are having this threesome, foursome, tensome, whatever open relationship is because you guys want to get pleasured. It's about pleasuring. It's not about finding a new mate. It's about pleasure. So why are you getting caught up on hurting your feelings because this person is being pleasured? How that makes sense?
Well, you see the deal is this. Exactly, because most of us, and you see our perception on relationships, and that's what I'm saying. The beauty of open relationship is that it gives you an opportunity to look at this idea that we have around relationships. There's a way that we feel, say, me and you connect in a particular way. And it's only us around you, and this, and never fight you. If what the fuck you mean you look on the next girl? What you mean you're attracted to one? The fact that you cannot have these conversations with your partner is evidence that what it is, only living in a fucking balloon. Because the fact that me check for you don't mean say me blind. Me never ever going to see a next man. Nobody else now going to excite me. And now me have to hide it. Come on, plentiful. So it creates the space for us to be able to have real conversations now about how it is that we feel, what's going on with us, the things that actually matter. You get what I mean? Honest disclosure. And I say to people all the time, some sometimes whenever it is that you tell your partner how it is that you feel, that's all that needed to happen. The attraction starts weighing. You just need to be able to talk about it, because now it's no longer the forbidden fruit. Some of the time now, people end up into extracurricular activities, extramarital affairs, whatever, only because it's forbidden. You have to hide it, and it's sweet because you have to hide the teeth and go look.
Yeah, some love that teeth in hiding, you know. That is what is really thing. It's not about the chase of the woman. It's not about this. It is literally just about the fact that them some significant other don't know.
Well, you see all that now. You see how much layers?
Madness.
You see how much layers or whatever? How much layers to the thing?
But I would say this, and you can tell me if you would agree based off of what, because you're very much a professional on this standpoint. Do you find that majority of the time the reason men cheat, 50% or more, is because they can't talk about this, and because they can't have this open dialogue about liking a woman and whatever it may be that is bringing her into the play, or that they do it separately? Because open relationships don't mean that you have to see your man as sex.
No.
You guys can do that on a separate type of time, right? So what do you think? Because for me personally, I find that a lot of men that I've spoken to really they wouldn't necessarily hide. I mean, they're not going to be like, oh babes, me did go sex Sandra today, but they would not be lying about it.
Okay, so what I find is that yes, for some men, a huge part of the reason is that I cannot tell her the truth without losing her. She can't tell the truth. She can't manage the truth.
That make woman look bad.
She can't manage the truth. No, but you see, the truth of the matter is this. A lot of women, and it's not just specific. Let us broaden that conversation and not just leave it squarely at the feet of the women. A lot of persons, both men and women, are very possessive. Hence, therefore, that's what I say. The minute I check for you, I own you. I own your thoughts. I own your fucking body. Certainly, that dick is mine. You get what I'm trying to say? What you mean? You think about the next girl. Much more wanting to fuck. Are you crazy? That's not gonna happen. So the conversation, this whole idea of having, creating this space that you can openly dialogue about that thing. No, and it's something that we socialize into our men, and we socialize into our women, and into our women, that you can't tell man truth. You certainly can't tell a woman truth and keep her weird.
And you can't go tell the man because he can't manage, because he's going to left you.
The other thing too is this. A lot of them feel as though it is disrespectful if you come and you tell your partner that I'm attracted to somebody else. No, people stop and think about this fucking shit. Talk and think about this. No, stop and think about it. How me ever disrespect you because me see somebody else on me like, oh, you try to tell me something.
But it's not disrespectful the fact that you're cheating on me left, right,
it's not disrespectful.
Because you're man, so you can do that.
No, and no. I do the thing respectfully,
Because I'm respecting you because you don't know. Nobody not talk a road.
See there? We hide up the thing, and into something that you're not calling phone certain hours and so and the side girl and the manners.
So he's respecting you.
No, that's dumb. But it's disrespectful just to say that I'm attracted to somebody else. You see, that's what I'm saying. We don't, and that's the thing, Ramona. We don't stop. We don't think about it. We follow them like a full part as it pertains to love or what
tradition.
It's dumb, and we never yet stop. When you sit here and you're gonna get upset about the fact that your person is attracted to somebody else, stop and think about that shit. You don't own them. You don't own them. You don't own them. No. And the next thing too is this. Sometimes a man cheat because he just wants something
different.
Else. Something else. So you're a good wife, you're a good mama, you take care of the juvenile them,
and you're a good lover.
You're a good lover. There you go. You're handling business, you're on top, you boss lady, you go in places, Ray.
I wouldn't want to be with anybody. I wouldn't want to have a life partner with anybody else. But
in this side say there is somebody else.
Maybe you want a pussy that's
a
little bit more loose on your own time.
It's never reached the pussy. Sometimes it's personality. Sometimes it's just that girl how she talk, how she
vibe,
how she just easy. Or sometimes it's pure attraction. Look at her. She's gorgeous.
I wonder how that would
be. Exactly. So there is, and the thing is, it is creating the space, and most of us don't. Most of us tell our men that it is not okay for you to come and talk to me about an attraction. Me I go vex with you free white name. Every time you left the house, me have days on the phone because me think that the girl you gone. It starts to get stupid, and if a man see that, kind of behavior there, just at a supposition, come and admit nothing, then certainly
Why
he's not
would
going
he
to
admit it then?
Thank you. So it is for us to check, and again, I can't have this conversation without talking about to the people who publicly tell you, say, I'm jealous. Jealousy, sweetheart, there is dysfunction in jealousy. Let me just make everybody, I'm just going to call the camera there. I'm not going to know. Jealousy is ownership. Jealousy is ego-based. That shit don't have nothing to do with no love. Let me tell you that point blank. That ain't love. Love not try to own nobody and trap them and keep them to yourself and
they can grow and develop and have thoughts and that don't involve nothing to do with you.
That's dumb. And stop when you think about it. That's dumb. That is your own dysfunction that is coming from your childhood, and you need to set an appointment to come talk to me about it one
shadow
time.
Work.
That is proper shadow work that needs to take place. This ownership, you
and
own
inner child.
nothing. And there you go.
Inner child is where you want to start.
That is mother wound, that is father wound, that is abandonment. Honey, there is a name for jealousy.
And that that can be also, that can also even be the trauma of your birth that you had.
There you go.
And how you birth, and if you were whisked away, or if you weren't good,
if you get
directly on breasts and
there's a whole
that should be
layers to it, but it ain't just, boy, I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous, but I'm a fight a girl for my man. Anytime I have a fight off a man for waiting, anytime that is where your conversation is, where your meds is, let's have a talk. Let's have a talk. Because that's not normal.
That Fitness says that jealousy is learned.
Jealousy is learned. Absolutely. It is learned behavior. The deal is, most of the things that we see about relationships, right, is the dysfunction. It's on TV every day.
Globalization of the fuckery.
I'm telling you, you never say it again. Ball it out.
Globalization of the fuckery, people.
One time. And the fact that we see it every day, that's what we think that this is
right.
Exactly. Exactly. I saw this music video, G's on Peace, and the thing mashed me. I'm going to talk about it one next time. But it just, there's this way that we venerate the dysfunction. And people believe
and glorify it,
and people believe that this is it. You're supposed to be in those stressful relationships. Oh, you fighting his name. You understand what I mean?
And I hate that.
Yeah, exactly. Today we're not fighting and then we have
fuck
like exactly. We fucking like, oh my God. If that is the nature of your relationship,
hot and bothered. It is the foreplay.
Honey, if that is the nature of your relationship, then that is dysfunction, that is toxic. When I fight like gladiator and the next minute I fuck like waiting in the rock stars, toxic.
Yeah, you guys are not supposed to be together.
Toxic, no.
Well, you got to work it out. No. You got to fix something.
There are some things that you need to sort out, and that is fixable. That don't have to be, that's not the be all and the end all. So, you see, once we understand them something, then we'll start to make some inroads to something that's more healthy. And the truth is, I'm not suggesting, let us make it very clear that open relationships are healthier. It is the mindset that goes into the open relationship that makes it healthy. It is the determination that you're going to maintain the integrity that makes it healthy. It's not the fact that you open up the relationship that makes it healthy. Are the people and how them perceive each other and the respect and them
communication and all of it.
Thank you.
And
that
isn't it
healthy.
a sense of self too?
I think
a confidence and a sense of self.
You can't be insecure and get into this type of thing. You cannot. You cannot be insecure and get into this type of thing. I mean, all of us have things that we wish we could change or fix or we're working on, and that's okay. But if you know that you're bottom flat, and you know so your man love a big body, but you have everything else, so I mean your body flat is whatever. And no, and he no go get one, or you guys find, or he goes and has whoever who is a big body girl. Maybe that the relationship is open, maybe that he's cheating, whatever the case is. And her bottom big now, and so it affects you even more. It's not just that he was cheating, it's not just he had sex with someone else, but it's because fear body big, she knows him love that, fear body little bit, so that makes her insecure. Come on, that's a foolishness. You can't insecure about those types of things and be involved in an open relationship. And then if it is that he's cheating itself, and that's the case, don't be stressed with that, because he's not leaving you for the girl. It is literally probably just because of the physical aspect and the fact that yes, there's something about a big body girl when you bend her up and you lift up her bottom and you do certain things. and the dick responds in a different way, and that's okay. But I think it affects ego for sure, which is the majority of the problem. Is that it affects ego.
A huge part of it is that it affects ego. Again, though, as I said, being in something like this, and even if it is that you're not in something like this, even if you've been cheated on in a relationship, it gives you, for most of us, get beyond the stage that your partner carry the sex. Your partner carry the weight name there. Go give her the pum pum or go give her the body. Right. Get beyond that and actually start to question, okay, fine, what exactly is happening here? What is happening here? Is there something that we need to fix on an emotional level? Is there something that we need to fix on a physical level?
Where are we not meeting?
There you go. Is it that your partner wants something open? Because sometimes you're at that space that you want to explore. But if I don't feel comfortable, articulating that to you, because I feel as though to say it is going to end this.
Or create stress in our household, and you don't want to deal with that shit.
There you go. There you go. So, but it gives, I say people all the time will come to me because them trying to recover from partners who are cheating or whatever, is that cheating isn't the worst thing that can happen in a relationship. I find that if you manage the situation properly, you guys can come back stronger, better, develop even deeper intimacy than before. Because why? It creates the space for them to finally talk the truth. If you drop off the mask, if you tell you, say, yo, your fucking shit stink, man. I cannot stand it when you do this. I can't wait. You understand what I mean? A long time I want to say, really and truly, I want to explore, or I feel imprisoned in this relationship. You get what I mean? So now that we can now fix it. Tell me what I need to do.
Cheating is a sign that something is wrong. Something is off a lot of times, the majority of the time. So when I see, like, I have friends that, if their man cheat on them just left, them just leave. There's no ifs, ands, buts. We're not talking about it. They could be married. They could be just dating. They're not standing for that. Not understanding that when someone cheats, it could be the male or the female, that there is an issue. It's an underlying issue. It's not... Okay, every so often this just because this person just fuck a whole heap of people.
Programming.
Yes, that is a reality. But a lot of times it is not just because the person just want to fuck Tom, Dick, Harry, Peter and Paul or Susan and whoever else. The reason why they're doing that is because there's something missing in the relationship. There's something missing in the marriage. There's a lack of communication. They're not as comfortable as they need to be, whatever the fuck reason it is. Not saying that it's okay, because we should always be honest, but
the deal is this, right?
What it is.
One of the, you mentioned some pertinent reasons, but sometimes a person is cheating because they are still in exploration stage.
Yeah.
True.
They're still trying to
about that.
Exactly. They still desire variety. Or they're still trying to find themselves, and it is fucking 16 different people, or fucking just one more person that helps them to find themselves and orient themselves and so on. Sometimes it has in fact, half of the time, it has absolutely nothing to do with the person. Sometimes it's my daddy yard. They're not there for them emotionally. They're not there for them physically. Them don't create a space where the partner feels safe and can get vulnerable and talk to them. Right. But other times, I've discovered that it is the person who is cheating I still need some time, and I can't tell you that.
Because you can't.
I can't, exactly.
Or they can't personally feel like they can verbalize that, because you feel like something's wrong with you. You shouldn't feel that way.
Especially if you feel like the woman is giving you everything, or the man is giving you everything, then why am I still cheating?
Selfish.
It's okay.
That's how you feel.
And you start to beat up on yourself. But my thing is this: if you're not done road, you don't done road. The best thing that you can do to your partner is to say, I still crave variety. There's something about that's exciting to me. And is this something that you can grow with me through, or you can't? No, you said something like a while with the cheating or whatever else. At this stage of my life, we can't tell you this point blank. You see which part of my mind there, Ramona? If my partner feels that it's necessary to cheat on me, then I'm sorry. There's no working this shit out. Why? Me too evolve. Me too comfortable in my skin. You're supposed to come to me and tell me, say, baby John, you know, say, Anisha have me head shell, me want to fuck off till me wake. And me just go say, yeah, when? you talk to her.
Are you guys on the same vibe?
Exactly,
blah, blah, blah.
exactly. But that is the deal, Tanisha. No, say just a fuck you want. Weird things.
Yeah.
But if you, what you mean? You're cheating? Sorry, what? No, sweetheart. No, you don't deserve me. You don't deserve me because me not one of them fool woman there.
Yeah.
Me not
the same
no,
way.
me not I'm not at that place or whatever where no. I have grown through all of the different stages. And I'm at the space right now that I'm comfortable with my man saying to me, Caleen Ray. And it's for me now to decide, okay, maybe not Big Batty Tanisha.
Right.
You know, cause
Remember, me not like her vibe.
Yeah, me not like her energy.
Yeah, she
Me
too
not want you mix
whatever.
up with them energy that you carry come my yard
And bring it back.
No, but me kind of like what she name. My sister Tanisha now gonna just take the fuck. Tanisha look like she gonna try.
She want hold
like
your man.
exactly. Like she try to get one up on me. Have to go manners. Tanisha said, no, sister.
She's not an option.
Me will teach you what time it is. Ease yourself.
In the parliament.
Ease yourself, daughter. Ease yourself. Ease yourself. Don't make a little one fuck fool you. No, sister. But so I want to be able to have that kind of conversation. But if I hear that you're flat out like cheating, we're not talking about it, honey. I was here. No, you don't deserve me.
Yeah.
You don't deserve me at all. No, sir. And clearly you don't recognize that you have
You're
that
lucky.
kind of woman that you can talk to about these kinds of things, and I'm at peace with that.
And I'm not going to hold it against you, and 2
No,
weeks from now
and
I'll
then
bring
beat
it
you
up.
over your head with it. No,
Yeah.
no. So if you're
I
still
feel
there,
the
that's
same
why you're
way.
juvenile.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
And me
the
and
time.
you not have nothing
No,
in and nothing.
no, we're not
We can't-
in there.
We can't cross
We
it.
cannot cross it. We cannot cross it. So once that is where it's at for me. That's where it's at for me.
Yeah, there's no way that I could ever be in a relationship with somebody and they know the type of person that I am, the conversations that we have, the openness that we have,
Share.
and then now you are go round the corner behind the curtain figure do what? You don't have to do that. And one bag of lie and one bag of go round, come round. No. Because I'm not even a woman that is asking you where you're there, who you're there with. I'm not one of those women at all. Like I'm gonna call you and I'm just going to be like, hey babes, you good? Yeah, alright. And I tell you when I call if I tell you blah blah, we talk, whatever. I don't really you're on the road, yeah, I'm up on the road. Okay, great. So if you know some nah question you and me nah bother you and me nah stress you and you can come to me about seeing a woman that you thought was attractive or whatever, and then you still want to go around the curtain and go cheat.
That is hurtful.
Like no, it's not even. It's not hurtful. You're immature.
Disrespect.
It's immature.
That's what I'm saying. That is juvenile.
Okay.
That's juvenile. If I have demonstrated to you that I am comfortable with that, and that's where your headspace is, then we are going. No, Papa, there is no. Listen to me. Me discover that. You say I was here. Block and delete. Don't fucking make the mistake for come check me when I'm not talk to you about. Go where you go. No, please. And you see, for me, that is something that I've made very, very clear. The truth is the only currency that is acceptable on here. Tell me the truth. Don't make me have to stumble upon them information. And not at this stage of my life. Are you crazy, honey? No, sir. Ease and grace. Ease and grace, my dear. Right now, my life happy, peaceful. You understand?
Stress-free.
Hello.
Drama-free.
Anything that me pulling in my life right now is ease and grace. It is enhancing. It is uplifting. And anytime, if you look like right now, as I said, we just need to put out my feelers and check to see. Wait, hold on. This look a little toxicness right here. So no, I did that in marriage. I did that.
I'm not doing that now.
No thanks.
I'm wiser. And I know myself and I'm more comfortable in myself.
Oh, God. No, sir. Something.
But no, do that. I'm sorry. So,
what is it?
Miss D?
What I said?
Is saying that it's about that fucking time.
Yes. You really could make a baseball flash at it, you know. Go from there.
Yeah, man. She can do it, man. She can do it.
I know what him off to say. I think he's into big titties.
And it's not even big, you know.
Go from right.
Right. It's
It big. Be yourself. I know.
Happy belated birthday, Caleen.
Yes.
October trap.
I love it.
Celebration. A beer dancing with the You should have seen me. Dance up as
can't
That's
Come
what
here.
you should be doing.
That's what you should be
happy
doing, though.
as a lark. I cannot explain to you. Please understand me and celebrate straight till the end. That's a
Girl.
Birthday
You
can't celebrate on one day.
No, I'm doing the whole of Scorpio.
Oh
I'm
my
like
God.
the whole like October and go into the almost the end of November. I'm like, okay, I'm getting this shit done.
No, man.
So excited about life and
Thank you.
and I mean
It's a
another
good
year and like
It's a good
so
time.
much happier, so much wiser, so grateful. Like, you know, it's so funny, and I'll make this really quick. You know, I've always been really anal about gratefulness, and you know, and wanting to be grateful and that kind of thing. And I really thought I understood what gratefulness was. I really did. And I would say in this year, I have really understood that gratefulness is a completely different situation. It is not just about, oh, you're happy you have a roof over your head and you're happy you can eat. It is not just about that. It is being grateful even if you don't have that, because you had it yesterday. And so if you don't have it today, it's okay, because you're not thinking about the today and not having it. But you had it yesterday and you had it the day before yesterday. That gratefulness shit is like,
it's the bomb.
Yo, so
it's the bomb.
happy birthday, my darling. Happy birthday. Because it's still your birthday a week, you know. I know, so it's still the month, but it's still the week.
No, man, trust
so,
me.
You know,
and
that
we're at them. Hold on, people. On our second, no, we post them, right? Jesus. So,
do you have anything going on in terms of work or anything you want to tell everybody
no,
about?
just okay. Online coaching is still available, right? So bless up the persons who are still reaching out to me, all of this good stuff. Online lap dance classes are available, and I'm doing them for couples as well as individuals, also for groups, right?
I have a question. The individuals is like a Zoom thing, and it's an individual person doing it,
right?
But then you also have the private ones.
So there you go.
Okay.
So the individual is private.
Okay.
So the cost of the private is completely different than if it is that you're doing a group session. And a group session could be just with you and your girlfriends or whatever.
Or
and
strangers.
also, there you go. Or and then there is the couples. So where you can just link me up and I can have you walk through something to, you know, set the stage, if you will, right? Outside of that, nothing else, nothing to tell you guys just yet. I can't tell you no just yet, but the so called one.
Okay, so of course, as usual, Cosmic Woman has Womb Wednesdays, and we're definitely going to be talking about periods. It is it is period month, and it is also breast cancer month. So last week we spoke about breast cancer during Womb Wednesday, but next Womb Wednesday it will be about periods, and the following it will also be about periods. My birthday is on the 24th of October, and yes, cute the 21st. And so I am doing donations for an orphanage that holds pregnant girls from the ages of 11 to 16. So if anybody wants to donate $5, $1, $20, $2,000, Jamaican or US, please send us a DM so that we can do that. Our actual donation will go out on the 23rd itself. But yeah, I guess because it is period month and breast cancer month, Cosmic Woman has a lot going on in terms of different lives and that type of thing. But we will definitely be posting it, so look out for that. If you're not following Caleen on YouTube, please do so. You're Caleen Dierdrick.
No, it's Caleen Dierdrick on YouTube,
Right.
Caleen D on Instagram. And remember, you follow Miss Lady upon Cosmic Woman for the tide Pum Pum so right, and also on the Vagina Lady.
Yes.
We want to thank you so very much
Thank
for
you guys.
watching another episode of Pum Pum 101. Join us next week Friday, 9 p.m. We're going to be
Questions
taking
and answers.
question and answers on the topic open relationships. Okay, so make it a day as usual. Go practice, please and thanks. Have y'all some amazing sex, and thank you all for
Or
the
masturbation.
no, amazing sex can also be
There,
masturbation.
we have to let them
There
know.
you go. Right. Thank you for the birthday greetings, guys. Oh God, y'all don't know how you make me feel special. Blessings. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Good night, guys.
Have
Have a good night.